Hi Sharks, Miss Smith here today. So again, really quick, we're going to get that brain working and we're going to look at the calculations on the screen, and within 30 seconds I want to see if you can solve all the calculations before the timer runs out. You might notice something before you start about which calculations I've asked you, which might help you solve them a little bit quicker. So have a little look. Right, are we ready? Got your pencils there? 30 seconds, see if you can crack them all before the timer runs out. Go! Wow, doesn't that 30 seconds go quickly? Right then, get your pens ready so we can mark them together. Let's have a look at the next page. Right then, here are the answers. So 3 times 5 equals 15. 5 times 3 also equals 15. So what you should have spotted in those two calculations is the same numbers, but all that's happened is we've times them in a different order, but we've still got the same answer. Did you spot that? Let's have a look at the next ones. 9 times 10 equals 90. All we've done is swap the numbers round, so therefore 10 times 9 equals 90. And then the final one, 7 times 2 equals 14. Again, all we did swap them round, therefore 2 times 7 also equals 14. Tick them if you got those right for me. Right, in today's maths lesson we're going to be having a little look about fractions. And yesterday you started your work with Miss Valley looking at halves. So today we are ready to move on to quarters. So let's recap about what a half is first, okay? So always good to think of pizzas whenever we think about fractions. So here you can see we've got one whole pizza. Nothing's happened to it yet. Now, if I got my knife and I cut it down the middle, it has now been cut into 2 halves, okay? But what's really important is that each piece of pizza is the same size, it's equal. So here you can see this is 1/2 of the pizza. So now we know that, and we did the work on that yesterday, we're ready to see what happens to the pizza when we're talking about quarters. So we've just said we had one whole pizza, we cut it down the middle, we've got 2 halves now, 2 equal pieces. Now, the 2 halves have then been cut in half again, and this means that the pizza has been cut into 4 quarters. So can you see the 4 equal slices? They're all the same size. Okay, so a quarter is just one of those slices out of the 4 equal parts. So there you can see 1/4 of the pizza. So you can see that 1/4 is smaller than a half. So we're making a quarter, so we've got the whole pizza again. See if it works. We cut the knife down. It will then make 2 halves. Okay? And each piece is a half. So here you can see I've got a picture of a chocolate cake and we've got a missing slice. Can you pick the quarter that would fit into that cake? Did you pick the top one? Remember, it must be the same equal size as what's missing. Okay, it must always be equal. What about this bit? Which one is the missing biscuit? Of course, it's the green one, isn't it? The first one. So that would make our whole biscuit if we slotted that in. Chocolate. You can see the chocolate bars being split into quarters. If we had that little bit of chocolate bar at the top, it would make a whole chocolate bar again. quarter of this pizza's missing? Can you find the quarter? These are really easy, aren't they? You can see it's the end piece. And a quarter of the pie is missing. Can you find the quarter? So again, you can see that equal slice right at the end. If we slotted that back into the pie, we'd have a whole pie again. So sometimes you will see that number 2, where I've put the star, shows you how we would write 1/4 in our books. Okay? So in your exercise books today, you will notice you'll get lots of pictures like this. So we've got 3 different pictures, and it's saying which picture shows 1/4. Remember, when something has been split into quarters, how many parts have we got? 4, right? So straight away, let's think of that, 4 parts. In picture 1, let's see how many parts there are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so picture 1 has got 4 parts. Let's look at question 2. How many parts has it got? 1, 2, 3, 4. So picture 2's got 4 parts. Let's look at number 3. How many parts? 1, 2. So we know that it can't be number 3 because for quarters it's got to have 4 parts, and question 3's only got 2. So straight away we can get rid of picture 3. Now the picture's saying 1/4. So it means only one of the boxes out of the 4 needs to be coloured. Let's have a look at box number 1. Yep, there is 1 red box. So 1 out of those 4 are coloured. So that means 1/4 is coloured. So number 1 can have a tick. Number 2, it's got 4 parts, but how many coloured 2? Oh, there's 2 parts coloured red there. So in question 2, there are 2 quarters coloured. So therefore, we now know that picture 1 is the picture that shows us 1/4. So there you go, there's the answer. Right then, thinking about what we've just done, so we have to think about how many parts there are in each picture. So I want you to pause the video here, and I want you to think about which picture shows 1/4, thinking about how many parts there will be in a quarter. Off you go. Did you get it right? Let's have a look at it together. In picture 1, how many parts are there? 1, 2. There's 2 parts in that, so it can't be that one. Picture 2, how many parts? 1, 2. Again, it can't be that one. How many parts are there in question 3? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know that picture has been split into quarters. Let's see if only 1/4 is coloured in. Yes, 1 out of the 4 is coloured red. Therefore, picture 3 shows us 1/4. You might get a question like this in your book today. Is 1/4 of the shape shaded? Yes or no? Pause the video now and have a little think, see if that is a yes or a no reply. The answer is yes. 1/4 of the shape is shaded. We can see that the square has been split into 4 equal parts. So we know if it's been shared between 4, it has been split into quarters. We only want 1/4 of the shape to be shaded, that means coloured. We can see that 1 out of the 4 has been shaded. Therefore, yes, 1/4 of that shape is shaded. You might get a question like this today. Shade 2/4 of the shape below. So this might confuse you at first because you think, well, it's just one whole rectangle. Pause the video here for a second. What do you think you need to do to think about quarters? What would you have to split that rectangle into? That's right, we need to first of all split it into quarters. So you can see I did a line down to halve it first, then I halved it again going across. So now I've got 4 equal parts. So that's the first bit done. Now it's asking me to shade, remember that means colour, 2/4 of the shape. So each one of those boxes is worth 1/4. How many would I need to shade to make 2/4? Pause the video, have a think. That's right, 2 out of the 4 needed to be shaded. Okay? So today's challenge, I want you to first of all go to page 38 of your Maths CGP book and have a little read at the examples that there are in there too. And then I want you to have a go at independently working through the questions on page 39. And they'll be very similar to the ones we've just done in the video. Hope you get on okay. Well done. See you soon. Bye.